Welcome. You are listening to Bras, Panties Sports. It's week 11 of the NFL. And, well, actually, it's week 12. NFL, week 11 of the NFL is complete. And tonight we have, we got the Steelers, okay, one side of this equation, versus the Browns. Oh, yeah, to kick off week 12. I'm Spitface. Please welcome our host, the First Lady of Sports Talk, Cheryl. Yes.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
And Cheryl has company today.
It's not going to. Okay. You want to start over?
And,
all right. Hey, how's everybody doing? First Lady. Yeah, we do got an exciting game. Really? We're talking about the Cleveland Browns and the Steelers. Well, you know what? It's a rivalry game, so hopefully, the Browns will have some respect. They're going to live up to it. I'm confident in Jameis Winston that it's going to be a good game, Spitface. But we're already in week 12 of the NFL. All right.
Yeah, and I know that there are some folks who got some severe buyer's remorse. I put it like this: Baker Mayfield looks better and better every day. And even if he ain't winning, he looks better.
Yeah, we forgot Baker Mayfield was on the Browns. Yeah, they got rid of him. Okay, you're right. Buyer's remorse.
Yeah, his only mistake is he wasn't winning pretty. All right, this week on Shout Out, we have performances from the Solemates. And Soul is S-O-L-E. Plus G Mackey. What's up, Jay? Where they find their shining star, get the cold feel of the mute button. First Lady, we're ready. What you saying?
Each week we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world, not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? Fly, little birdie, fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle, let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little birdies known as the Dallas Cowboys wish they could fly far, far away from a season where they've already proven they are pretenders by losing to the Atlanta Falcons, now a Monday night drubbing by the Houston Texans. When they had Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith, and Jimmy Johnson, they were a special team. Is Jerry Jones' worst decision firing Jimmy Johnson when a dynasty like the Patriots could have been created with him? Given Mike McCarthy's is dead coach walking, is it prime time? Is it time for Jerry Jones to realize his way of doing things is a bygone era and he needs to turn the page? Marvelous Marvin Hagler, rest in peace, Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr., and the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? Man, everybody in football knows that Jerry was wrong for firing Jimmy Johnson. That was his worst decision he's ever done. They had a dynasty with that team. However, as usual, Jerry gets in his own way. There was a power struggle between Jerry and Jimmy. Each wanted to take the credit for the success of the team. The two egos collided, and they could no longer work together, and it became a really toxic situation. So they mutually agreed to part ways. This is why I don't think Deion Sanders' prime time would work with Jerry and the Cowboys. I mean, Deion has a much bigger personality than Jimmy Johnson. So would you you would find the same situation as Jimmy Johnson. I mean, Deion has a big personality. I mean, he probably could handle Jerry Jones a lot better. But we're talking about a owner that wants to be in the front. I mean, what owner does a weekly radio show. You don't even know sometimes who these owners are. Not Jerry Jones. He makes it known who he is. And as long as Jerry Jones is alive and over the Cowboys, he would not give up control of the team. And the only way for the Cowboys to succeed, Jerry does need to turn the page and step aside and let his son run the team. And they're going to have to bring in a coach who would have the ability to bring in his own players and coaches. And that's just not going to happen with Jerry Jones alive. It's not going to happen. But there is a coach out there with the experience to run an organization from drafting, managing the cap, and coaching, and that's Bill Belichick. I think Bill Belichick would be a better fit for the Cowboys than Deion. Deion is a culture-building type of coach. I think Deion is suited for the college game. I mean, he could coach in the NFL, but I really think he would get much better respect and better success with the college game. I mean, because he's a builder of making young men be men, and that's what Deion does. He's very uplifting, and I just don't think you're dealing with the NFL and you're dealing with these players who are making more than the coaches. So it's going to be tougher for Deion in the NFL, even though he does have that cachet and that respect when he walks through the door. But I still think he's a better fit for the college, and he should stay in Colorado. He's doing great things with Colorado. But Belichick, Belichick needs the Cowboys, and the Cowboys need Belichick. I mean, Belichick's problem was he didn't have a quarterback, and we all know, everybody said, was it more Belichick or was it more Tom Brady? Looking more like it was more Tom Brady than Belichick. But with the Cowboys, he does have Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott is a very great. He's not great like Tom Brady, but he's still a top 10 quarterback. So I think Belichick could work with that. Belichick can do well with the defense. So, he's not an offensive person, but maybe he could bring somebody in to do the offense. I hope he don't bring in what he did in Patriots that got his behind fired, having two offensive coordinators, which neither one of them actually did the offense before. But Belichick still has that cachet, and he's a very quiet person too. So he's the type of person, he doesn't need to show that he's in control with the media, so to speak. So I think he could work with Jerry, but Jerry still has to change the way he is. And I just think that Belichick is the only coach out there that can really bring the Cowboys from the depths of despair to regain their prominence. That's all I'm saying. All right, Spitface, that's it with that. What you saying, Spitface?
First Lady, Bill Belichick, there is that debate. Was it him or Tom Brady? And the truth is, it was both. I don't get that Tom Brady would have been winning all them Super Bowls without Bill Belichick, and vice versa. Belichick wouldn't have won all his Super Bowls without Tom Brady. So that was just a mutual relationship. The chemistry was there, and pull them apart, and we'll never know. And Brady going to the Buccaneers and winning the Super Bowl during the quote COVID year, I mean, sometimes you just get a break. And that's, I think Brady it was more that he had been trained so much in a system that worked. He could go to Tampa Bay, and what they did was they said, we're going to do what Brady says. Because Brady is saying what Bill Belichick would have said. And they won. But that's a whole different thing. But, hey, shoot, First Lady, you might be on to something. Bring old Bill into the house. Bill is I wanted to say that he's like Mike McCarthy, only Bill wins. The difference between Bill Belichick and Mike McCarthy is Bill wins. And like you said, Bill know how to work with the owner to build a dynasty. So he don't care. Look, if you want to get out in front, take credit, blame me, I don't care. I'll do my mumble mouth routine and go back and work with the team and just pay me the dollars. And I think that's about the only way the Cowboys have any chance at salvation with Jerry Jones not walking away. Because, First Lady, Jerry Jones ain't going to walk away. Now they're going to have to, I wouldn't be surprised if when he moves on to his maker, when they close the coffin, that there's going to be a hand, hanging out the coffin, still reaching for that cowboy to have some control. But he ain't going nowhere. So given that he ain't going nowhere, the only thing he can do, the best thing for him to do is to go and get the greatest coach of all time so far in the Super Bowl era. So I think that's what they need. And Bill, I don't know. I think Bill had some kind of crazy loyalty that made him, kind of make dumb decisions for a guy like Bill with the offense and just figuring it out. I'd have lost my style. That was a first for Bill. He come in there with Dak, and it's like, Dak, you're going to make the money. You're going to get the records and all that stuff, but you're going to end up like Tony Romo. No rings. And always losing the big game. So I think Dak might like a refresh. So that could be a good situation. I think everybody could end up really being happy in that situation. But we are talking about the Dallas Cowboys. And Jerry Jones, but let's just say sooner or later he gonna let his son have a chance to just run everything, or not. Like I say, he might just get buried with it. But First Lady, I gotta let it go.
Jerry just he has to change his ways. He cannot continue to run an organization the way he's been running this organization. And that means he has to give up control. He has to contain his ego. I mean, this man is, 80 years old? Or 80, I don't know his exact age. He's in his 80s. I know he just had a birthday. So he really needs to, he don't have too much. I hate to say it. I hope he lives a long time, but if he wants to see the Cowboys back to winning another Super Bowl, he's going to have to let somebody come in and run this show, and he has to step aside. But you know what? I don't know if that's ever going to happen. So I think that sums it up all for the Cowboys. Over to you, Spitface.
All right, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my fears and putting suckers in bed, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go boom. Explosion overpowering. Over the competition, I'm towering. Wrecking shop when I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare, you better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that'll all get sliced and diced. Competition paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out, huh? Mama said knock you out, huh? We are talking about the knockout punch to the legacy of boxing with an overhyped match between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Shame, shame, shame. Not to Mike Tyson, but to the fans of internet boxing stars who never face real competition and don't do a damn thing for the legacy of the boxing profession. In Rocky 2, his opponent, Clubber Lang, Rocky 3, his opponent, Clubber Lang, said, "You're a paper champion." And that is what Jake the Snake Paul and his brother are, paper champions, to their throngs of eager internet fans. We wonder, will either of the Paul brothers ever fight someone their own size and age who is actually competing? Leroy Satchel-Page, Walter Buck Leonard, and James Cool Papa Bell, never called paper champions, are asking what you saying. First Lady,
yeah.
I'm like, I looked at it. There was a discussion that would this fight impact the legacy of Mike Tyson? And my answer to that is no, not in any sense at all. Mike Tyson made a money deal, got paid, and I don't see a boxing fan who's going to look at this and say, whatever I liked Mike Tyson about in boxing, now all of a sudden that this one exhibition thing, that's tarnished his legacy. No, it didn't. But I do think that it hurts the legacy and perhaps the future of professional boxing, because it starts making it a joke. And that's really, when I look at the Paul brothers, they, and I won't say that, because I know some boxing fans, they love boxing. They still keep up with all the stats, who's in, and so I can't say that they kind of, I won't say they look at the Pauls as like an aberration. They look at it for what it is, entertainment and exhibition. Now, I'm just like, okay, I get it. The youngsters out there who never got into real boxing, they like these guys. They liked everything, and they liked them enough. They clicked the little like button enough to where they were actually able to get a fight with somebody who had some type of past prominence. And strategically, tactically, I got to salute them. Y'all making that money big time. But I think it does hurt the legacy of boxing, because this exhibition nonsense gets collapsed with real boxing. And the Paul brothers, they will fight somebody when they're over the hill. They'll be able to pull off a fight with a real champion, get beat, and make one final payday. Okay, First Lady. What you saying?
Well, yeah, these Ravens, not the Ravens, I'm talking about, I'm talking about Jake Paul and them. I just, I just don't even like talking about them, to be honest with you. I really, really don't like talking about them, because people are surprised that they got sucked into another Paul brothers fight. They got sucked into the fight. Yes, for me, I already had Netflix, so it didn't cost me anything but my time to watch the fight, and that was a valuable time that I gave up to watch this spectacle. I mean, boxing pundits actually thought Mike Tyson was going to knock out Jake Paul. Yeah, he could have knocked him out, but the fix was on. It was clear that Paul has an unwritten agreement with his opponents that you cannot hit him hard. It's clear. There's been numerous video clippings on the internet showing how Tyson really wasn't putting any effort compared to what he was doing in the sparring matches. He was more alert, more hitting hard on his sparring partners than he did with Jake Paul. So the thing is, there's a part in the fight where Tyson did kind of hit him hard, and then the next thing you know, they were clinched, and Paul whispered something in Tyson's ear. Tyson tapped him to say, okay. And the next thing you know, Tyson never put up a fight after that. It was never nothing left, he never did anything. So these fights are a farce, and they are not doing anything for the image and credibility of boxing. I mean, the Paul brothers have made boxing a spectacle, yet they are multimillionaires as a result of these fixed fights. I mean, the Paul brothers will never fight a legitimate opponent because they're not good boxers. They can't fight legitimate opponents. They would get beaten, and then nobody will watch them. They fight the right people that make audience think they have a chance to beat the Paul brothers, when in reality the fights are fixed and it's basically a money grab, and they have grabbed millions and millions of dollars for these fights. I really, like I said, I don't even like discussing these Paul brothers because to me, they're not true boxers. And if you're a boxing fan, again, they have made a mess out of boxing, and that's just how I feel about it. And I like boxing. I've always watched Muhammad Ali. I'm going to age myself. I remember when they used to have closed circuit TV. You used to go, you listen, you could go to the theater and watch boxing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. or you sit at your house listening to it on the radio. They would do a recap after each round because you couldn't. At that time you probably couldn't afford to see it on closed circuit. But that's how long I've been with boxing, and to see boxing to the state of where it is now, especially like the heavyweight division, it's really, really sad. I just don't understand it, and I'm sad for boxing. I really am sad for boxing. That's all I'm saying, Spitface.
Well, First Lady, you certainly came in hot, but there's hope for boxing. There is hope. Please take us to break.
Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from the Solemates on Shout Out Part 1.
The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout-out from the panel. First Lady, I can't wait to hear the music from the Solemates.
On Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we'll give the track a shout-out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. On the first part of Shout Out, we are featuring music from the Solemates out of Port St. Lucie. All right, they're out of Florida. From their hit album Reincarnation, they say, quote, that the Solemates are Lee and Susan, a couple who have been playing together for 25 years. They play an eclectic variety of original songs in the rock, blues, folk rock, progressive rock, and classical rock styles, end quote. All right, let's hear title track from their hit album Reincarnation. Well, Spitface. You know what? That song was kind of all over the page to me. The music had a lot of ups and changes. You know what? I'm going to give it I'm not going to shout it out. I really didn't like the song at all. I really didn't like the song. It had too many like musical different direction changes even in the music, and I really didn't understand the lyrics to the point of connecting with the music, so to speak. So no, I'm not going to shout it out. All right, Spitface, you hitting the mute button or you're not? Are you hitting the shout out? I'm muting it on my part. What are you doing, Spitface?
Well, coming from a hip place, I had to say I liked some of the music. The lyrics kind of threw me a little bit, made me like I have to kind of listen to it again to really kind of catch that up again. And I'm going to give it a yo.
Mm-hmm. All right, you're going to give it a yo. All right. Yeah, I had thought about giving it a yo, but nah, I'm not shouting it out. All right. I'm not going to shout it out. So, all right, if you like what you heard from the Solemates, check them out on the Old Grumpy Radio Network. On part 2 of Shout Out, we will be featuring a performance from G Mackey. Is that the sound of our favorite underwater friend? Is it time for Flip It?
And we go forever, live in a world full of wonders, lying there under, under the sea.
All right. It's time for Flip It, where our host defend the point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Saquon Barkley is having a phenomenal season with the Eagles. Lamar Jackson is demonstrating he's still worthy of an MVP. Between the two, if it came down to them, who should get the MVP as it stands today? Defend, Lamar is having an outstanding season, but Saquon is proven to be most valuable to an Eagles team that could be in the next Super Bowl. First Lady, I do want to say this before I say about the most valuable. I know Saquon Barkley is happy to not be on the New York Giants. I know he is like, thank you, Jesus. I am not on that team anymore. And he and McCaffrey, I'm just going, brothers, I feel for you. Anybody who has, I'll just say, been in a situation where they needed a change bad because, their career was looking like, oh, man. So shout out to McCaffrey and Saquon Barkley. I'm glad y'all are on teams that can do something with your talent. And, Lamar is having an outstanding. Lamar is just a walking MVP. He really is. But most valuable is not about the best player of the league. That's a whole different conversation. But most valuable, I get that. If I'm looking at a lot of teams, there are a lot of teams Lamar could go to and they would be better. He'd be their most valuable player, but they wouldn't be winning nothing because the team is lousy, And here the Eagles, their players were kind of, running around like, what the hell are they doing, And he has been like a stabilizer, beyond, the man is really, really, leading in rushing. It's almost like he came out of nowhere, but he really didn't. Well, yes, he did. He came out of the Giants, so he did kind of come out of nowhere, But the way he's playing, they will beat some guys but because of Saquon. And for the Eagles, that could lead them to a Super Bowl. He is right now, I'd have to give it to Saquon. First Lady, defend. First Lady, you may be muted.
Technology. God is faith. Lamar is having a great season. However, the last game really dropped him temporarily out of the MVP race. It really propelled Josh Allen and Saquon as the top contenders for the MVP award. I mean, Barkley is on track to have a career best season. He already has 1,137 rushing yards. His career best was 1,312. 75. So I mean, he's doing this, and he did that in 2022, and we're only on week 12. So he's definitely having a career year. I mean, his ability to run and catch the ball successfully has made Jalen Hurts a better quarterback, who struggled the second half of last year. I mean, Saquon, to me, single-handedly has made the Eagles' offense more efficient and explosive. I mean, quarterbacks are always given the awards, but for the Eagles, Barkley is their most valuable player. And he should be the most valuable player of the league. Where would the Eagles be without Saquon Barkley? Now, on the other hand, Lamar did not look good against the Steelers. I mean, he didn't complete 50% of his passes, and losing to the Steelers didn't help him. Now, Barkley and the Eagles have been on a tear. They've been winning 6 games in a row, and Barkley has been dominated. I mean, he is the MVP, and he definitely should win the award. I mean, they're always giving it to quarterbacks. We know that. But at a time, back in the day, running backs used to win the award. And all of a sudden now everything is the quarterback. Yes, the quarterback is the most important position on the offense, but Saquon Barkley is rewriting that rule. He is showing that he, as a running back, is the most important position, because I'm telling you, without Saquon Barkley, the Eagles will not be where they are now. He is the MVP.
All right, let's flip it and defend. Saquon is having an awesome season, but Lamar is kicking butt as a QB, and this is a quarterback's league. He should win the MVP. And in some ways, I'm like, Lamar is an MVP machine, because he's doing it both. He's running and he's passing. Some games he has over 50 yards rushing himself. So he is the epitome of a dual threat quarterback. And, while I'm not taking anything away from the Eagles, but the Eagles get to play the Giants and the, what's that other team in their division? The Cowboys. That'll kind of help your stats out a whole bunch. When you got to play with these two losing teams. So you got almost 4 wins right there. And I give Saquon a lot of props, because you got to play those teams and you got to beat them. But they're not having to play the AFC North. The AFC North has proven that they are the black and blue division. You coming in for, hey, look, we don't care if we 0-15, we gonna beat you today. You know, I mean, the attitude of the teams in the AFC North is way tougher. Then I'll say the NFC East with the losing Cowboys and God, I don't even, you know, the talk when we talk, we can't even talk about the Giants. You know, we can't even talk about them. They just a disaster. Even Cleveland got, you know, they done lost the starting quarterback. The season is a wash. Yeah, you mess around and take them for granted. You know, in the AFC North, you will get beat because for them, we ain't got nothing to lose. So our whole season is, did we win a game against the Steelers? Did we win a game against the Bengals? You know, did we win a game against the Ravens? And they come to play. So while, you know, I give Saquon his props, it's a quarterback's league. And the toughest quarterback in the league. And without him, hey, you know, the holes that he covers up for the Ravens, you know, we wouldn't want to find out. So, given it's a quarterback league, it doesn't take much. Lamar's had a couple of setbacks, but it doesn't take much for a quarterback to catapult to the top. So if it came down between him and Saquon, Lamar, you got the MVP. First Lady, what you say?
All right, Spitty. Lamar had a bad game last week, but he still was kicking butt the other weeks. He's been a dominating dual threat, like you said, rushing and passing the ball. He's going to redeem himself against the Chargers this week. Everyone is due for a bad game, and last week was Lamar's bad game. Everybody said that just got him out of the MVP race. No, it just made the race a little bit closer. However, you know, Lamar has 6 games left to get back on track and to prove that he is the MVP again this season. This man has racked up the stats. He has already at this point 2,876 passing yards, second in the league, 25 passing touchdowns. Second, he has a 70.5 QBR rating. Second, he has a 117.3 passer rating. He's number one in that. He's also rushed for 584 rushing yards, 23rd in the league, and only had 3 interceptions. So you ask who's number one in the other categories where Lamar is second? Joe Burrow, but his stats don't lead to winning because we all know the Bengals are not doing well. But Lamar's stats leads to winning. That's why he is the MVP.
All right. All right. Well, First Lady, I think we need to turn it over to you for some more flipping.
Okay. All right. Yeah, more flip it. We wonder, the Ravens are sitting at 7-4. Are they contenders or pretenders? Defend. Lamar, for all of his talent, keeps losing the big games, which makes the Ravens pretenders. Spitface, please defend.
You know, as much as I like Lamar, as much as I, you know, really I kind of like the Ravens because they're, you know, to me I like a tough team. I enjoy some finesse teams, but I really kind of like the bully teams the most. You know, so I'm biased that way. But I have to say that I won't say that they're like the Dallas Cowboys. Okay. Highly overrated and overhyped all the time. But until, you know, they beat KC when it counts, which is in the playoffs, I have to say that they will be pretenders. And more like I'll just say the old Colts with Peyton Manning. You know, they kept knocking on the door, but you know that they wasn't, yeah, right, you're going to get to the playoffs and lose. You know, until, yeah, you know, y'all bad during the regular season, but then you get to the playoffs and lose. So, and you know, that was the story of the Colts until they won, and that's kind of how it is for the Ravens until they win. You know, they're going to be pretenders. That's what I'm saying, First Lady.
Okay, all right, got it, Spitface. So, Ravens are pretenders. I mean, they lost to the Steelers, which is a rivalry game. That was a big game. They lost to the Chiefs earlier in the season. That was another big game. Now, they did beat the Bengals, but they've lost to teams that they probably shouldn't have lost to. I mean, they lost to they lost to the Raiders. They lost to the Browns. I mean, those were really crazy to think that they would lose to these teams, because we know the Raiders and the Browns are basically totally inept right now. And they, for some reason, they always have a way of losing these games. So, you know, Week 11, they faced the Steelers, which is another rivalry game, it's another big game. I mean, they have lost 8 of their last 9 games to the Steelers. So needless to say, the Steelers got their number. They were overwhelmed in those games. The problem for the Ravens, they can't win the big games. And if you can't win the big games, you are going to continue to be pretenders. Until you win the big games, I consider you a contender. And that's what the Ravens have done. You know, they come out with these good games, and then when it comes to playing the teams that they need to beat and to get into the big games, they just can't do it. So they are pretenders. All right, let's flip it and defend. The Ravens play in the tough AFC North and have a tough schedule. They are contenders at 7-4. Spitface defend.
First Lady, I'm like, teams that are at the top of the AFC North are never pretenders, because that is one of the, I say that's a tough division, not because all the teams have winning records. It's because they play each other tough. They play each other tough. Bear fans wish the Bears could play as tough as the Ravens play against the Steelers, against the Green Bay Packers. Bear fans are like, you know what, if the Bears, even if they lost to the Packers, but they played them as tough as the Ravens and the Steelers play, or the Bengals and the Ravens play. Oh man, we'd be still pissed that they lost, but we'd be going, man, that was a tough game, So in college football they have what they call strength of schedule. Who you playing? Are you playing a bunch of slugs? Your record gets padded, or you playing teams that would, bloody your nose, and you might be looking out, be down on the canvas, with your legs and feet moving, So they're going to, I think their record reflects the realities of the division that they play in. And it's an aberration to have a team coming out of that division 13-3, 14-2, and all of that. No, it's a scrap to the end. And then the teams in that division who don't want to, who ain't going nowhere, they want you to lose. They're not just, okay, well, we're going to go through the motions because we waiting for next season. We ain't going to be on this team anyway. No, they're like, oh no, we want to get a scalp, out of our division. The rivalry still means something in the AFC North. And, and that might not be true for too many other divisions. The East used to be that way. The NFC East with rivalry, like, man, we, could, that rivalry, like I said, the team could be one and whatever, but you the one, we gonna make you the one that we get. So, I think given the who they have to play, but they are not pretenders, and they keep proving to be contenders. That's all I'm saying, First Lady.
All right, Spitty. I mean, you're right. The AFC North is a tough division. I mean, these are rivalry games. The Steelers, Bengals, Browns. Even though the Bengals and the Browns are not having good years, these games against the Ravens are still tough games. It's a battle against these teams. I mean, considering who the Ravens, have to continue to play these teams all the time, yeah, they're going to be battle-tested. And because of the fact that they're battle-tested, you have to consider that they are still contenders. Because, again, the Ravens started the season out 0-2. But they have gone on a 6-1 run after that. Yes, they did lose to the Steelers, but they're still a great team. They have two legitimate MVP candidates in Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And the Ravens have done something that no other team in the history has done. The Ravens were the first team in NFL history to average 250 passing yards per game and 190 rushing yards per game in a 9-game span. I mean, no one has done that ever in the history. So this team, even though they're at 7-4, they've had some bad losses, but again, they were tough games against teams that just like to play the Ravens tough. So, but they are still contenders. You have to give it to them. They always come out on top. They always will be there when it comes to the playoffs. They'll be in either the AFC conference game, but, they are still the contenders that they are. So we got to give it to the Ravens. They are contenders. All right, Spitface, please take us to break.
On the other side of the break, we have a performance from G Mackey. That's right, G Mackey, a performance. And we might have a surprise visit. On Shout Out Part 2, please keep your ears glued to those speakers.
Welcome back. The music flows from around the globe to get a shout-out from the crew. Spitface, over to you.
All right. We are, on the second part of shout-out, we are featuring music from G Mackey's hit album, The Relationship Files. You know what? I could use a relationship. Sometimes they say artist, songwriter, producer Gary Mackey has honed his talent in the music industry for over 10 years, 15, a lifetime. G Mackey teamed up with Too Short and Penn, co-produced and performed the lead vocals on his first multi-platinum hit, The Ghetto, by Too Short on Jive Records. But before we get that, guess what, y'all? We got G Mackey in the house. What's up, G Mackey?
G Mackey in the house. What's up, y'all? What's up? Holiday greetings to everyone.
Hey, look, I'm looking for a gobble, but I'm looking for a gobble, brother. Let me tell you.
You looking for a gobble? Well, man, you know what? You got to be careful, man, because, we got some street turkeys out there. You make sure you get your organic one.
Oh, man. I got to watch it on this because I can't be going for the street turkeys and stuff.
No, you can't, man. You know what? We got them here, man, in Elk Grove, man. It's so many of them, man, running around here, man, that we seen they arrested this one Asian guy. He was out with a bow and arrow shooting them.
Oh man, that is now. I'm G-Mac, I'm here in Houston, and in Houston, wildlife will creep up on you. Like you will open the door. You will open the door, and a gator be sitting at your door, going hi.
Oh wow!
What you do?
Oh,
that's how it is in South Florida too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, and then
I haven't experienced that one.
We got some wild turkeys.
yeah, we got the wild turkeys, man. You know what I mean? We call them jive turkeys.
And I don't mean the drink. I don't mean the drink. I mean the animal.
Right? No, bro. I totally understand. Yeah.
Well, on Shout Out, we listen to a track, and we vote whether we're going to shout it out or hit the mute button. And,
good.
Yeah, and we're fair, and, you know, even though we're fair, you know, people get upset because sometimes we don't shout them out. There are times we've had to hit the mute button.
Hey, you know what? It's got to be real. Yeah. Yeah,
it's got to, and I'm sort of like this, you know. I want to know. You know, that don't mean that, you know, hey, everybody ain't going to like me, but everybody ain't going to hate me. Now, everybody hating me, God damn, I need to look at something. But, you know, we want to check it out there. Okay? So, yeah, we want to check it out. And, you know, Gary, I like them shoes you got on. Them some badass shoes, man. I ain't seen snakes like that in, man, you know, probably back in the Tupac days.
Oh,
but,
man.
you know, the brother is looking clever. He's smelling good because I'm looking at the first lady. She got that twinkle in her eye. And, you know, so, you know, I kind of like how he got it together and stuff. You know, man, I might have to hook up and see if I can catch your stragglers. But,
man, hey, come on down, man. I'll hook you up. I'll hook you up, brother. I'll take you to Vegas, man, and I'll put you on some of that Vegas stuff, though, bro, and you won't want to leave. But they have you surrounded, man.
All right. So we're going to hear You and Me. Sound like one of them relationship songs. Let's hear it.
That's what it is, baby. You know it.
right. That was You and Me, First Lady. What is the verdict? Is You and Me getting a shout out or the mute button?
Oh no, I'm definitely shouting out. That's old school R&B. I like that, G Mackey.
Yes,
definitely
sir, baby.
It
Yes,
out.
sir.
Old school R&B.
Yes, sir, baby. My thing is, you know what? Music is just so terrible now. And I'm mainly a producer, but I said, well, I got to get back out here and sing and put out some real music because this stuff is not representing not people very well anymore, so.
You're right about that.
Yeah, so I decided to kind of take it back there, and my whole album is full of that kind of stuff, It's all about relationships, and that's a big part of our life, having a beautiful relationship. So I decided to write an album about the best parts of it and the bad parts of it.
Okay.
My latest single, Walking Away from Love. You got to pull that one up, Ron. Walking Away from Love. That's the next one we're gonna view. It's pretty hot right now.
All right,
Walking Away from Love.
We'll make sure it gets in the old grumpy playlist. Now, First Lady, I'm listening to You and Me, and coming from a hip place, I might, I'm listening to it, and I'm kind of like I might have to warn the brother. Because, things ain't like things ain't like they used to be. I'll put it like that. Things ain't like they used to be. Now, brother,
right.
You're going to have to look out. Because you got lyrics in there like, couldn't let you get away.
Mm-hmm.
Had to catch you. Now, nowadays, women be looking at this, that nigga a stalker. We got to be careful, brother. I'm just telling you, man. I've been around. I done had my ear to the ground. We got to kind of, some of them lyrics back in the day but now it's like, girl, did you hear what he said?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about you can't let me get away. He had to catch me. I don't know, baby. No, but I'm giving the track a shout out. I like the track, and your album, I know that it's going to be a hit, and because people like to hear music that they can listen to, that they can actually listen to, and there are times, when you want the bump in the ground and the hip, and other times you just want some smooth words with some nice lyrics and a nice tune that you can, kind of actually think with. Some music,
right.
A lot of music today, it ain't for you to think. It's for you to listen to it, which, hey, right. You want folks to listen to your music. But if you can move them, that's the thing. If you can move people. So, I see some movement and what you're doing, G Mac. I see some movement. So something's going to be happening. How can folks...
Thank you, brother.
Check you out, follow you, tell them.
Yeah.
What's the best way to keep track of you, and what you want them to do?
Well, you could keep track of me. I love to get emails because I try to send out merch and free music to all of my fans. So if everyone could connect with me at nrrecords.com. That's New Rhyme Records, NURHYME records.com, or short, nrrecords.com. And sign up to my Keep in Touch list. And, then I usually send out T-shirts, and some people like hard copy CDs. So, to my really cool fans,
you send out weed?
I like to... Pardon?
You send out any weed?
There's plenty of it here in California.
Yeah. We low here in Houston.
Are you?
we ain't got no legal dispensary. I'm just messing with you, bro. Messing with you, bro.
No, I hear what you said, but y'all ain't legal yet. But listen to this. It's coming. Get ready. This new administration gonna hook y'all up, so get ready.
Oh yeah, well we gonna need some weed. First lady might even start smoking all over this.
No, honey, that didn't pass in Florida. It didn't pass in Florida. Okay.
Oh, okay, yep. See
that
damn.
You know what? That's the place where it needs to be. It'll come back around, you guys.
But liquor sales went up. Now, okay, G Mackey, we thank you for dropping in on us and stuff, and for sharing that awesome track with you. Now, this is the end of shout out. You can check out G Mackey at newrhymerecords.com. That's NURHYME records.com and the Old Grumpy Radio Network. If you would like to be heard or have any comments, please send your emails and tracks to talent@oldgrumpyradio.com. First Lady, over to you.
All right, it's time for the picks, and we're in week 12. And unfortunately, the associates and the production assistants, they slacked up a little bit again. We don't have the results, so we'll have that for next week. All right, so let's get to week 12 picks. On Thursday, we got the Thursday Gotcha game over-under pushes for 30 million points. Steelers versus the Browns. All right, I'm going with the Steelers. Yeah, they're up by 8 points. That's what the line is, but I'm quite sure it wasn't double digit. All right, so I'm going with the Steelers. We'll get Dizzy Mac results later. Spitface, who do you have?
Will Steelers be a push? Are you going Steelers with a push?
You're talking about for the money line. Okay. Okay. The producer has switched it up on us. Okay. I am going to go with over.
Oh, you think they're going to whoop up on the Browns?
I'm going to go with over. I will get Dizzy Max later. What about you, Spitface?
I'm going with the Steelers and the over. I think they'll beat them by more than a touchdown.
Okay. That is more than 8. Well, 8 points is a touchdown and extra touchdown and the 2 points, right? Yeah. So anyway, 8 points.
Field goal. That'll do.
All right. Yeah, let's go. The Russell Wilson 250 passing yards. All right. Spitface, what do you have? Over or under?
I'm going over.
You're going over. Yeah, I'm going to go over also. Russell's been playing real well. So you have to give credit to Tomlin. He switched that out, Justin for Russell, and it's worked quite well. All right, moving along. Jameis Winston, 2 touchdowns. I am going to go under. What do you? Yeah, I'm going to go under. What do you have, Spitface?
I'm leading to a push because I can see him getting a couple of touchdowns. But I think the Steelers, they really want to make a statement, so I'm going to go under.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, did Lamar don't? Yeah, that's right. But then again, they didn't score a touchdown against the Ravens, and they still won the game. All right, let's go to winners and losers, 75 million points per game. Vikings versus the Bears. All right, they're talking about rivalry. This is a rivalry game. So, Spitface, what do you have?
I'm going to go with the Bears at home.
Really? Nah, I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think the Bears are done. Caleb Williams, they mess up another young quarterback. So, I mean, they go there and they just have problems. So I'm going with the Vikings. Lions versus the Colts. All right. I'm going to go with the Lions. Spitface, who do you have?
I'm tempted to go with the Colts because they're at home and it looks like they're trying to, kind of resurge, but the Lions is out for blood. So I'm going to go with the Lions.
Okay, you're right. You always like to go for the home team, so I'm kind of surprised with you on that. All right, Patriots versus the Dolphins. All right, yes, I knew Spitface. So who do you have?
I'm gonna go with them fish.
Yeah, even though I think this is a trap game, I can see, everybody's hearing, the Dolphins are trying to get into the playoff. They didn't make any moves during the trade deadline, and they think they can get into the playoff. They're going to have a major comeback. Oh, this is a trap game, I think. I really think it's a trap game. I am going to take the Dolphins. My heart says the Patriots. I can see the Patriots winning this game. I definitely can. But anyway, I'm going to go with the Dolphins. They're home. All right, Cowboys versus Commanders. I'm going to take the Commanders. I mean, the Cowboys are done for the year. 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Cabo. They're out. All right, Spitface, who do you have?
I'm going with the Commanders. But I would watch those Cowboys. Mike McCarthy still got a couple of tricks up his sleeve, but the Cowboys stick a fork in them.
Okay. All right. So now we can have a revenge game. 49ers versus Packers. Is this the first time they played this year? I think so. Wasn't this the Packers? They lost to the 49ers. And actually, the Packers should have won the game. So, who you going with, Spitface?
I'm going to roll with the Cheeseheads.
The Packers. Yeah, this is they lost the conference game. I'm getting confused. Didn't they play the Packers in the Packers played 49? No, I thought. No. That's right. The Lions. I can't remember last year. It was last season. Conference NFC conference game. Who was in those conference games? Was it the Lions and the 49ers? I think it was Lions and 49ers. Yeah.
Lions and 49ers.
Okay. Right. Okay, Lions and 49ers. But the Packers. I thought Anyway, let me move on. All right, I'm gonna go with the Packers. I'm gonna go with the Packers also. All right, Cardinals versus Seahawks. This is a good game too. I don't know. Every time I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. They're at home, but the Cardinals have been really playing well. So I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. Who do you have, Spitface?
I'm gonna roll with the Cardinals. The Seahawks ain't ready.
They're not ready. Yeah. So you're gonna roll with the Cardinals. Okay. Let's see. You got Sunday Night Madness. You got the Eagles versus the Rams. Who you have, Spitface? I'll let you go first.
I want to go with the Rams because they really, they still have a shot to make the playoffs. But Saquon is just a bad mamma jamma. So I'm going with the Eagles.
You can go with the Eagles, okay. All right, I'm going with the Eagles, too. All right, Monday night, Ravens versus the Chargers. This is a big must game. This is a must game for the Ravens as far as I'm concerned. So I am going to pick the Ravens. Who do you have, Spitface?
I'm going with Derrick Henry.
You're going with the Ravens. Yeah, but they're not home. Yeah, they're Chargers. Yeah, Chargers. I always see the Chargers losing some of these big games too. So, all right. So we will see how we did. I'm quite sure we'll have those results for next week. All right, Spitface. What is your top story to watch this week?
Who in the NFL is going to get fired next?
Who in the NFL is going to get fired next? All right, well, my top story to watch it just happened today. LeBron James is leaving social media. I don't know what's going on with LeBron. He's leaving social media. I guess maybe because the pundits and everybody on social media was talking about his son, how Bronny has not even done well in the G League. So they was very outspoken last week about Bronny. And the thing is also Bronny doesn't travel with the G League because the G League does commercial flights, and Bronny doesn't go when the team goes away, Bronny is not on the team. He's only on the team when they're within town. So that was a lot of talk about that. So LeBron said that he's going off of social media. So to me, that's a big story to watch. That's a big story to watch. All right, check out our current and previous episodes at BrasPantiesAndSports.com and our Facebook page, BP and Sports. This is Cheryl Smith, the First Lady of Sports Talk, and Spitface. You have been listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports.